He couldn't do it himself. He turned to me and he said, "It's time." I put in the needle and he just got quiet. And one day, I will be that sick and there will be no one there. Any emotional engagement at all. It's no wonder Cuddy broke up with you.
What? 13 euthanized her hidden sibling. That is crazy story progression. Euthanasia has always been a tough subject and we're stepping more towards that in the UK now, as an assisted dying bill recently was passed in Parliament but is yet to be implemented. Very excited to be reacting to House MD Season 7 Episode 18, The Dig. On this channel we are reacting to all 177 House videos and this will be episode 150. Let's see if I can get the diagnosis before House does as a doctor working in London.
So what did you do?
You figured out I was in jail, but you don't know why.
House says he's gonna be out for the next 3 days.
Sweet. If I can straight to the airport, I can make carbo for the last call.
Enough powder to ski on.
This is where a lesser man would make a black guy skiing joke.
36-year-old male with hemoptysis, headaches, chills, and chest pain. Toxic exposure to ammonia or sulfites can traumatize the lungs, cause neuralgias or fevers.
Thanks for not saying anything. I just need some time to...
I didn't do it for you. Some puzzles are just too good to share.
You get nosebleeds?
Yeah. During warm-ups, I got hit in the nose a few months ago.
Dirty gym washroom means serratia infection. You start him on Levaquin? I'll start looking for my good flip-flops.
I think that might be blood.
You did time. Means your license is suspended.
I'd only have to serve up fries into the medical board hearing.
I've been going to this contest for 4 years. For 4 years, I've come second.
I can help you, but I'm going to need to make a personal stop along the way.
No electric, no gas either. It's cold in here. Maybe hoarding's a symptom. Cat.
Aspergillosis.
Believe it or not, compulsive hoarding is actually a psychiatric diagnosis. I mean, his fridge looks like he's hoarding lab experiments as well, but in the real world it's a subset of obsessive compulsive disorder. Quite impressive though that he's still managing to coach college volleyball while living like this. This isn't unheard of in the real world and explains why so many of these cases actually go underreported, since patients tend to lack awareness of the problem. The patient won't go back to even see his problem if we don't figure out what this is though, so what could it be? Well, we know he's been coughing up blood, had chills, headaches and chest pain, and the emergency department ruled out bronchitis, pneumonia and lung cancer. The obvious answers here would be infection, of which TB could be a possibility. In all fairness though, a clot in the lung could also do it as well, especially with the chest pain element too. It's pretty early and with very non-specific symptoms, but for sure what I'd be wanting to do here is a sputum culture and something called a bronchoalveolar lavage, where they collect cells from the lung after adding some fluid and then sucking it back up. Blood tests would be useful too, and it seems like they've already done imaging. So based on what we know so far, I'm going to go for TB as my first diagnostic guess. Let's get more clues.
If he's formed small aspergillomas, it could explain the headache and chest pain.
So you're really not going to tell him what just happened?
I am starving.
I'm not a hoarder. I'm just a major slob.
You save earwax.
Until a couple of weeks ago, I was Cuddy's weird boyfriend.
Are you okay?
It's not a big deal.
I killed a man.
Pain's intensified and now he needs oxygen. Exposure issues don't make sense. He's been here a full day. He'd be getting better.
So how does he stay warm?
Portable heater?
Carbon monoxide.
Someone's got to go back into that place and test some CO.
You pled out to drugs. Hit and run under the influence.
Dr. Tao, how did he get you to go out with him?
What is this, a barbecue lighter? Your gun sucks.
There's no carbon monoxide. Bit of a blue deformance exposure hypothesis. And the size and the undigested seeds. Guessing this came from a raccoon.
Acute fever. That doesn't mean it's Chase?
There's something at his place. His wife. We think you both have Q fever. We're going to start you on doxycycline.
She's the hoarder. He just lives there.
How's this thing judged?
Hang time, distance, accuracy.
Screw accuracy. We're gonna double distance and hang time. Beat Harold on point. Where's the fertilizer?
How did Taubman Foreman miss the fact that there was an entire other human at that patient's place? This is exactly why they should leave their life partner disputes at home. Definitely makes for interesting watching though, as we now have a new clue. She's sick as well. We also can't ignore the fact that Chase figured out that there were raccoon droppings by the size of the undigested seeds. Cameron dumped him. He can't use his biological seeds, so now he spends time studying them instead. Chase isn't sick though, so what could be causing both of their symptoms? Well, it definitely reduces the likelihood of any metabolic, autoimmune, degenerative or neoplastic conditions, since it'd be a coincidence for both of them to be affected at the same time. We don't like coincidences in medicine, although they actually do happen. That does leave infectious, which in all fairness could be walking pneumonia, also known as mycoplasma, or toxic, which might be due to a contamination of the food supply. Maybe they've hoarded old lead pipework and given themselves heavy metal poisoning. Oh, that could actually fit the symptoms quite well, to be fair, although it would be atypical. We know the wife is scared of people coming in, so maybe they never allowed the pipes to be changed. It fits the story and symptoms. All right, I'm going for lead poisoning as my second diagnostic guess. Let's get more clues.
You and Taub sharing phones now?
He's seeing the redhead on the 3rd floor. He bailed on her.
He's standing her up. He must have something better going on.
Better than sex with a 22-year-old? Who's already 92?
80 PVC is pressure rated for 220 PSI.
Harold.
House.
On my sofa.
You remember my wife?
RT92.
We rip out the combustion valve, replace it with this. With enough pressure, it should blow out at maximum velocity.
So what did you do?
I met a guy at a coffee shop. We went back to my place and he OD'd.
Looks like you're gonna be fine.
She okay?
Something's wrong with her heart.
She had a heart attack.
Hydrogen sulfide is also a vasodilator.
Go with God and some air freshener. You have to aim 5 degrees to the left.
My dad used to take us to this county fair.
Who's us? You have a sibling that you've never mentioned. You don't wake up in the middle of the night to cry over a dead stranger. A sibling who's suddenly on your mind. You euthanized your brother.
Congratulations.
MRI is clean.
She was a cheerleader.
Hydrogen sulfide's about 2 parts per billion, the size of a healthy fart.
He couldn't do it himself. He turned to me and he said, "It's time." I put in the needle and he just got quiet. And one day, I will be that sick and there will be no one there. Any emotional engagement at all. It's no wonder Cuddy broke up with you.
What? 13 euthanized her hidden sibling. That is crazy story progression. Euthanasia has always been a tough subject and we're stepping more towards that in the UK now, as an assisted dying bill recently was passed in Parliament but is yet to be implemented. I agree that it is the compassionate way to go, but there are always issues around doctors overstepping and using these powers where they aren't appropriate. As long as we have the right regulation to support it though, then absolutely it should go ahead. Our patient's wife very much wants to live though, and she's now had a heart attack and a history of new hoarding. How could that happen? Seems like she was the popular kid at school, so something must have changed to make her like this. Whoa, okay, wait a minute. I have a theory. What if the same thing that caused her heart attack is what caused her hoarding disorder? Blockages in the coronary arteries and cerebral vasculature caused by a genetic propensity to high cholesterol, aptly named familial hypercholesterolemia. If the strokes were small, they could cause silent infarcts in the frontal lobe, leading to gradual changes in personality while also causing the heart attacks. That fits the story here of significant personality change and the symptoms as well. All right, I'm going to go for familial hypercholesterolemia as my third and final diagnostic guess. Let's see if I'm right and if House wins his potato gun contest against his nemesis.
Dumped in a field in Schenectady. Ouch. You mind if I make a move? You wouldn't.
Harold felt up the sheriff's daughter last night at the potato mash mixer, so the sheriff's feeling kind of ambivalent.
Tell me about this. We have a new symptom, infertility.
There's another option. She said they never had kids.
Oh my God. Where the hell have you been?
We think you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It also causes miscarriages.
Were you pregnant?
3 times. The miscarriages triggered the hoarding.
You lied to me? For 9 years?
I was so afraid of losing you.
I need to get some air.
I think we should stop seeing each other.
No. This. Whatever it is, it's fun.
There's something seriously wrong with us.
I know.
I'll kill you when the time comes if you want me to. But do it now if you like.
I'll see you Monday.
House is so good at breaking intense moments with something completely unexpected. Speaking of which, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I mean, it's not the classic cause of recurrent miscarriages, and even then, it's more likely to present with things like fragile skin, hypermobility, including joint pains and dislocating joints, and digestive issues. It's a connective tissue disorder that's caused by a genetic mutation in collagen that destabilizes the tissues. There are about 13 different types of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome depending on the mutation. Even with the miscarriages here, I still would have never gone for that, since these symptoms are way far left of the potato field. Interesting way to reveal it though from the hoarded baby clothes, great writing, 8.1 out of 10 entertainment with the 13 storyline intertwined, 7 out of 10 diagnosis, and 6.5 out of 10 accuracy. This episode makes way more sense if you watch the previous one where a homeless man gets set on fire.